dun, dun, dun.
Are you going to church tomorrow?
Are you done?
The Christian Life. I mean the one that you go to on Sunday. Okay.
Why?
Oh, because I don't know if I want to go yet.
That most people will commit suicide from Lavender Town. This is a creepypasta named Lavender Town. Sorry if I'm too low. You should turn this up to so high. Sorry. So anyway, here's what you get when you type in all Lavender Town themes.
What are you doing? You went, did you flush? So, you went down? I didn't flush. Doesn't it speed? You don't need that. Doesn't it right here?
Sorry if I give you a headache. You should turn this down. Like I'm gonna turn. Wait, I'm gonna listen to it. If it makes me want to kill myself, well, no. Now I'm turning it off and like listening to classical music. That's what I'm gonna put on if I get a headache. Does this hurt your ears and head? Nothing here?
That's all it does?
It gives you a headache, Brittany. Sorry, I'm talking to my sister. Well, it says that Lavender Town Syndrome is where teenagers kill themselves. Yes, it may be a lie, or maybe actually is the truth, but maybe they killed themselves because they didn't want to hear the frequencies. It was just giving them a headache, not a suicidal thought. They're like, Mom, I don't want to hear frequencies anymore.
You still recording?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show you how the gold Lavender Town Syndrome.
Can you see me, guys? Yeah, we have both of a YouTube channel. Actually,
we're about to have a
bubble.
Okay, let's search the gold version. Lavender Town music. I'm gonna search gold. Gold. Here's what you would hear. It doesn't even give you a headache, because they were concerned that they would kill their fans. So they would make it into a nice little thing, but you gotta watch out for the tower. It'll kill you. Actually, in the original one, it'll kill you because you have a giant, a zombie called, well, you can defeat it, but it won't actually kill you. It will just, crash your game. Maybe an emblem. And also, this actually gives a good thing.
I like to listen to this when I sleep.
Yeah,
Now,
but
show me the other Lavender Town.
well, I'm gonna show you
Original. Or the creepypasta.
original. Okay, that there was a creepypasta. Pocket Monsters? I know it was called Pocket Monsters, but why did they... So this. Well, she's about to be teen. Maybe she'll. Because it's supposed to affect 10-year-olds to adults. Maybe. Because I'm about to be a preteen. This doesn't scare me. It's not supposed to scare you. It's supposed to have your brain and has a strike like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna barf out kitten.
Let me turn it off.
Yeah, well, the creepypasta one have Lavender Town creepypasta. Oh yeah, Syndrome. Was one of my favorite people to do it. Well, I don't have him. I live in Oklahoma, so I think he's not living here. So I guess I'm going with a YouTube video.
That means I always have my tools.
Hey, Pokemon games is far creepier and darker than anything else found in the game. While the entirety of Pokemon is all about colorful battles where the loser's Pokemon faint, Lavender Town is all about death, possession, and mourning. The main plot of the town revolves around the restless soul of a Marowak spirit. The Marowak, which was killed by Team Rocket, haunts Pokemon Tower in anger. The tower itself is full of mourning trainers, each lamenting the passing of their old Pokemon. On its own, Lavender Town is pretty creepy.
Yes.
One person taunts you about a ghostly white hand that they see on your shoulder. All of the spirit channelers in Pokemon Tower are possessed by spirits and are constantly yelling nonsense throughout each battle. One of them, by far the creepiest, even cries out that she needs blood. Lavender Town is by far the darkest portion of any Pokemon game, and its dark tones left a lasting memory for anyone that played the original games. So much so that many users decided to create their own story.
If you hear I will eat your soul, well, put the say channeler, and then say that's what it said. I will eat your soul, Papa. Sister.
Some mythos surrounding the origins of Lavender Town itself. I'm going to get this out of the way right away. I don't believe a single one of these stories, and neither should you. They're all
Listen to Lavender Town and the creepypasta. The creepypasta, which is a creepypasta.
To an extent way deeper than I would have, and you can find a few of them right here. I'll briefly touch on why each story isn't true, but I'm not going to go all Mythbusters on it. They're all urban legends, and they should be treated as such. Without further ado, let's check out some stories. Lavender Town Syndrome.
Up there.
This is by far the most common of the stories that surround Lavender Town. While the tale varies from source to source, the main concept is this. The original Pokemon Red and Green in Japan had occasional high-frequency beats in their Lavender Town theme, which caused headaches and irritation to children listening to the game with headphones. Again, the symptoms
Please,
vary from
Japan,
story to
don't
story,
sue me.
but every version of the tale lists the symptoms of prolonged exposure to the original Lavender Town theme as vomiting, headaches, and eventually hundreds of child suicides.
I almost
Like I've said,
vomited.
I'm not going to spend a long time disproving this, but it's clearly nonsense. Aside from the fact that the tonal difference between both songs is extremely mild, even for a child, there's no such thing as high-pitched frequencies causing suicide, and there's zero chance that anyone would have covered an incident like this up, especially considering how seriously the Japanese government cracked down on the show after seizures were caused in Electric Soldier Porygon. This story, which sprouted up 2 years ago in 2010, started the phenomenon of Lavender Town creepypasta, creating a disturbing line of stories for years to come. The missing frequencies. This is another story meant to complement and explain the results of Lavender Town Syndrome.
Bye!
The idea surfaced from a YouTube video posted about 2 years ago, where the user Intrawl claimed that when you run the original Lavender Town theme into a spectrogram, the resulting image reveals the Pokemon Ghost Sprite, along with the unknown letters saying, "Leave now." The video description tells a story about how the poster's friend died while playing through his old version, shortly after searching through the game's data on his computer, searching through the game's music files. The user claims that he added some missing frequencies into the Lavender Town theme song that couldn't have been handled by the original Game Boy. But again, the story's garbage. With the right audio tools, it's easy to convert any image into a song's data for music, as a spectrogram to hear. Aphex Twin did it back over a decade ago in his song Windlinger. And before you get too freaked out with this image, it's not a ghost, demon, or anything else. Pictured straight from one of his album covers. No, not that one. Well, there's the second time I'm impressed found his way onto my videos. This cover. With the right equipment, you can add anything you want into a song, even a ghost sprite and some unknown letters. White Hand Theory and Buried Alive. These are two very similar theories that popped up around the same time. The first is the story of a sprite originally in the Pokemon games. The sprite, titled WhiteHand.gif, was supposed to be coded into the third floor of Lavender Town. It had two attacks, Fist and Brutal, and supposedly had adverse effects on whoever saw the white hand. I'm not even going to bother with this one. The Game Boy couldn't read GIF images, and the creation of White Hand is just a fan creation based on that line of dialogue from the game that I talked about earlier. Buried Alive was in theory the original boss to Lavender Town instead of Marowak, who carried two white hands, Gengar and Muk. I'm trapped, and I'm lonely, and so very lonely. Won't you join me? Is this supposed dialogue? After defeating Buried Alive, the game would freeze, or under rare circumstances, the character would see Buried Alive say, "Finally, fresh meat," alongside an image of the player's character being eaten. I'm not going to entertain this one, but just imagine the conversation that went on between Pokemon's game developers. Hey, how's Pokemon development going? Oh, good, I guess. Is it just one minor problem? Oh no, what's wrong?
Now I just can now my Bascomere will be
You know, Buried Alive? We were able to program an ending where the main character gets eaten alive by him, but the game always freezes no matter what. That doesn't sound good. How about we make the boss a Marowak instead? Yeah. You know what? I think Marowak sounds pretty good. Creepy Black. This story talks about not anything related to Lavender Town specifically, but it's often grouped with the same tales. Once upon a time, a Pokemon fan bought a bootlegged version of Pokemon Red at a flea market. And instead of choosing one of your normal starters, you had the option to choose the Ghost Sprite from Lavender Town before you get the Silphscope. Your Ghost had a special ability called Curse, which allowed you to remove Pokemon and even trainers from the game entirely. After beating the Elite Four, a very easy task considering the one KO Curse ability, you met the graves of every trainer and Pokemon you killed. In Lavender Town, of course. Your trainer falls into a battle with Ghost, who finally uses Curse on you, kills you, and erases your save data. It's a real shame the poster of the story said he lost his cartridge after voting. You get the drift. There's no way this version is real in the way that the story claims it was. It is, however, completely available as a ROM link at a variety of websites. It looks like, real or not, the black version has been so circulated that it inspired people to bring it to life. Creepy, but kind of interesting. And lastly, Gary's Raticate. This is the only major theory from Lavender Town that isn't based on any kind of false evidence or trick.
Okay, I better stop the video. We'll see you next time, guys. But I'll make a game video like Pokemon or anything else. But Lavender Town is creepy. If you go to Pokemon, if you buy a Pokemon, if you go.
Last seen in a fight to report the SSC.
Fine, I'll just the SS diarrhea.
You killed Gary's Raticate because he was unable to find a Pokemon Center aboard the ship. Now, I'm not going to bother trying to prove whether or not this one is true, because it's entirely fan theory. These kinds of stories are the most fun because they're based off the game's real source material, and are left up to the fan community to dispute
Okay,
whether or
I
not
gotta
they're real.
go.
As far as I see it,
See ya. Love you, heart. Bum 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 bum.